viewers, welcome to Hobbicus Maximus. I wanted to post a brief video letting everybody know why I haven't uploaded any videos in the past week and a half or so. In my complete and utter lack of foresight, I did not video any of what we have done so far on our distraction. Minimus wanted to do a diorama, and I was on board with that. So, we have been working on that. So, Minimus will now tell you what we have done so far and what we are planning to do.
And this diorama, and it's a diorama with an overhang cliff, river, and hill. We'll do another video about this diorama soon.
Okay, so far all we have done is we got us a little piece of pine board, and that started out as our base. So, basically I got some 3/4 inch insulation foam board from Lowe's, and we stacked it up, did a little shaping here and there so that we could get our shape here of our cliff there, the underside of our cliff. Now everywhere where there's wood is going to be a water, so that's where we're going to try to model a river in there. So we did a little bit of carving to get the shores kind of rocky and just on there to cover up the foam, basically, because the foam board is the stacks and the levels. Now there's many levels of the foam on this side because we wanted it to be higher and we wanted it to have an overhang. So now what we also did is we used Sculpt-A-Mold for these rocky parts here in the front and underneath, up under here, and for this terrain features all around. The rougher surface, the rocky looking surface, is going to be also the Sculpt-A-Mold. Now, this smoother surface here is just your regular plaster of Paris, along with the top of this side as well. So, now I also made the investment in a rock mold from Woodland Scenics that's usually used for trains, model trains. So we made these stones and added those, and then we also added another big stone out of the rock mold. I don't know if I can get it because it is up underneath of this is another rock. This big part is from the rock mold as well. And there's another smaller one down here. It just gives a better realism on it. They'll probably just blend in or never be seen. But this is our very, very first diorama we have ever done. So we are taking and just filled that up with some leftover plaster of Paris, and boom, we had rock molds in an hour. So, what we are doing now is I think Minimus is going to paint the stones. Now, Minimus has done all the painting on this. I did a little help. She's done most of the work on this one. I know
it looks like a Mars landscape, but that's supposed to be clay.
So she's going for a clay appearance. I said it looks like Mars. Now we've also got some other things. We've also got some other things to go on top of the paint as well, because this is just the base coat to give it a color. So it might be tricky because these are all custom mixed acrylic paints. It might be tricky to mix it to where they look similar, but it's our very first diorama we've ever attempted. I've never done a diorama, and I I've got a GM Sniper 1/100 scale master grade.
And he's gonna build his diorama around that.
That I would like to build a diorama with him. I don't know. Either I'll look up what episode the GM was in, the Sniper, or I'll just make up my own, maybe make it look like it's in the neighborhood. So, but meanwhile, I need to practice and figure out what I'm doing since I've never done it. So, after hours and hours of YouTubing people like Luke Towen and Kate Milliton and Marklin of Sweden.
All of those are gonna be in the description.
No, they're not. I said their names. People can go look for them if they want. But those three names, their videos really do focus, I think, on HO scale scenery. Because I know Marklin and Towen focus a lot on the model trains. They all really heavy into the model trains. It's just with the model trains you get a lot of scenery work to bring it to life. So we're just experimenting. So today Minimus is going to paint all the stones that we want to be a different color than the ground to set them off, and then after we mix paints, because she's going to have to mix the color, and whatever this color comes out to be, she's probably going to have to go over everything so that it blends and looks like it's meant to be. And then after that dries, maybe we'll get to tackling some water and seeing what we can pull off. So that is it for this update. Just letting you know, I wish I would have. I honestly thought that she was going to work on this while I was working on the F-15, but I have gotten distracted and I need to learn it too. So the F-15's been sitting to the side waiting for paint. And go ahead and start mixing paints. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. So, see? First you need paint. That always helps. Now remember, what are you going to paint first? You're painting, but now you're not going to just do those. You're going to have to do these and whatever up under here you also want to be that color. Now it all doesn't have to be that color because we're probably going to want it to stand out. So I would like maybe do just this big rock right here, maybe this big rock right here, and maybe that flat spot under here. Okay? With the rock color. Because everything else will make look muddy and eroded. And well, I mean, you could probably paint something here. Maybe we'll dry brush it to give it a little texture.
Yeah.
Okay. So, meanwhile, we've got to get started on this. Get your colors ready. Let's find you a palette. Everything in this palette should be good and dry. So, there you go. And what color are you looking to make? Because you just picked up brown.
I'm looking to create like a dark-ish color with a hint of red.
A dark-ish color? Like lots of colors are darkish. What kind of color, darkish color are you looking for?
These three colors mixed together.
What is these? Well, why? So they're going to be just a dark brown?
With the territorial beige.
Well, that means it's going to be a lighter brown. So, while we figure this out, and hopefully it'll start coming along and we can do some minor updates here and there.
Yep. With Minimus.